let's all stand together. We're going to sing Waymaker. The words will be on the screen. seated. Children are dismissed to Children's Church.
I do love that song. That's one of my new favorites. If you have your Bibles, I invite you to turn to 1 Timothy chapter 5 as we continue this look at a pastoral letter, but it's actually more than that, because this pastoral letter isn't just to pastors. It's written from a pastor to a pastor, from a mentor to one of his young pastors. But it's also a circular letter meant to be circulated throughout all of the early churches, and then by extension to us. So this doesn't speak to pastors, it speaks to Christians across the spectrum, across time, place, and history. I've entitled this message, Helping the Helpless, because we're going to be talking about a ministry to widows. If you remember, in Acts chapter 6, the reason deacons were first created or installed was because there was a conflict between the Grecian widows and the Hebrew widows, what we call the Hellenistic widows and the Hebrew widows. The Hellenistic widows, who would have been more Greek in culture, felt they were being slighted in the daily provision. Explain that when we get to verses 1 and 2. But as a church body, as a church family, let me say that again. As a church family, we need to honor each other. Makes sense, right? It isn't just for a pastor to honor the church fellowship, but fellow Christians need to honor one another. So like I said, this is a pastoral letter to a pastor, but this is something all Christians should be doing. Honor widows. Something we seek to do, right? We strive to do. Honor widows. Now, there are qualifications and limitations to how we honor widows. Paul is going to explain to Timothy. I'll explain to you what I mean, hopefully. We need to honor work. Another step in honoring or helping the helpless is we need to honor work in verse 8. And then lastly, honor wisdom in verses 9 through 16. So these are the steps we need to take in order to help the truly helpless, the widows indeed. So I invite you to stand with me in the honor of the reading of God's holy word from 1 Timothy chapter 5. The Standard Bible says this: don't rebuke an older man, but exhort him as a father, younger men as brothers, older women as mothers, and the younger women as sisters with all purity. Support widows who are genuinely in need. But if any widow has children or grandchildren, let them learn to practice godliness toward their own family first, and to repay their parents, for this pleases God. The widow who is truly in need and left all alone has put her hope in God and continues night and day in her petitions and prayer. However, she who is self-indulgent is dead even while she lives. I command this also so that you will be above reproach. But if anyone does not provide for his own family, especially for his own household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. No widow is to be enrolled on the list for support unless she is at least 60 years old, has been the wife of one husband, and is well known for her good works. That is, if she has brought up children, shown hospitality, washed the saints' feet, helped the afflicted, and devoted herself to every good work. But refuse to enroll younger widows,